In this video, we will analyze 15 of the most dangerous combinations with olive oil that can negatively affect your health. Olive oil is valued for its taste and health benefits, but not all foods pair safely with it. Some combinations can trigger digestive issues, overload the liver, raise blood sugar levels, and even increase the risk of cardiovascular diseases. To avoid serious consequences, watch this video until the end and find out which mistakes can come at a high cost to your body. This video is going to be incredibly informative and helpful. If you want to take control of your health like a pro, give it a like, and let's get started. Mistake number 15, never combine olive oil with garlic in large quantities. Although olive oil and garlic are often seen as symbols of healthy eating, consuming them together in excess can pose a serious risk to the body. Garlic, rich in active compounds such as allicin, has powerful antibacterial properties and stimulates digestion. However, in large amounts, it aggressively affects the stomach lining, leading to increased acidity. A study by the National Institutes of Health shows that high consumption of garlic combined with fats such as olive oil increases the risk of inflammation in the pancreas and stomach. Olive oil, despite its beneficial properties, slows down the digestion process, which causes stomach acid to affect the stomach lining for a longer period. This leads to irritation, which in the long term can develop into gastritis or even ulcers. Maria Lopez, a 47-year-old woman from Spain, had been adding a large amount of garlic to her food for many years, generously drizzling it with olive oil. After some time, she began experiencing severe heartburn and persistent stomach pain. When she consulted a doctor, she was diagnosed with gastritis and the early stages of an ulcer. Experts from the Harvard School of Public Health recommend limiting garlic intake by consuming it in moderate amounts, no more than 2 to 3 cloves per day. If you still want to use olive oil and garlic together, it is best to add them to dishes at the end of cooking, which will reduce their aggressive impact on the digestive system. Mistake number 14. Never combine olive oil with fish fried over high heat. At first glance, fish fried in olive oil may seem like a healthy and delicious dish. However, when heated to high temperatures, olive oil loses its beneficial properties and begins to release toxic compounds such as acrolein and trans fats. Frying at high temperatures alters the chemical structure of the oil, making it not only less nutritious, but also harmful to health. A study conducted by the Harvard School of Public Health found that olive oil starts releasing harmful substances when heated above 180 degrees Celsius, 356 degrees Fahrenheit. Scientists discovered that long-term consumption of food prepared with overheated oil increases the risk of cardiovascular diseases by 25%. Moreover, heated oil contributes to the formation of carcinogens, significantly raising the risk of developing cancer. Pablo Gutierrez, a 63-year-old man from Spain, regularly fried fish in olive oil over high heat, believing it to be a healthy dish. For several years, he did not notice any issues, but over time, he developed chest pain and shortness of breath. A medical examination revealed that Pablo had developed ischemic heart disease. Use moderate temperatures when frying fish to prevent the release of harmful compounds from olive oil. Experts from the American Heart Association recommend cooking fish at no more than 71 degrees Celsius, 160 degrees Fahrenheit, or opting for gentler cooking methods such as baking or steaming. If you want to use olive oil, it is best to add it at the end of cooking or use it for cold dishes such as salads. Mistake number 13. Never combine olive oil with foods that are rich in carbohydrates. At first glance, pairing pasta or bread with olive oil seems not only delicious but also healthy. Olive oil contains monounsaturated fats that have a positive effect on the heart and blood vessels. However, the problem is that when combined with foods high in carbohydrates, this oil can become a potential health risk. A study conducted by the Harvard School of Public Health found that consuming foods with a high content of simple carbohydrates along with fats can lead to a significant increase in blood glucose levels. Since carbohydrates digest quickly and turn into sugar, fats, including olive oil, slow down this process. This causes fluctuations in blood sugar levels, which over time can contribute to the development of insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, and even obesity. Laura Jones, a 48-year-old woman from the United Kingdom, often prepared Italian dishes based on pasta with olive oil and white bread with garlic. She was convinced that this type of food was beneficial due to the good reputation of olive oil. However, after several years, she began experiencing serious health issues: constant fatigue, weight gain, and spikes in blood sugar levels. After a medical examination, she was diagnosed with prediabetes. If you do not want to give up olive oil, try pairing it with foods rich in fiber and protein, such as vegetables, leafy greens, or whole grain pasta. These foods help slow down carbohydrate absorption, stabilize blood sugar levels, and improve digestion. Mistake number 12. Never combine olive oil with processed meat products. Processed meat products such as sausages and hot dogs have a rather questionable reputation in the world of health. Although olive oil is considered a source of healthy fats, combining it with processed meat products can lead to dangerous health consequences. The issue is that processed meats often contain added preservatives such as sodium and nitrates, which, when interacting with the fats in olive oil, can form carcinogenic compounds. A study conducted by the American Institute for Cancer Research highlights that the consumption of processed meat products is associated with an increased risk of developing colorectal cancer. According to their research, people who regularly consume such products have an 18% higher risk of developing the disease compared to those who limit their intake. Richard Moore, a 62-year-old man from Australia, was a big fan of barbecues, and his favorite dish was sausages generously drizzled with olive oil. He believed that using olive oil made the sausages healthier. However, after several years of these habits, Richard began experiencing digestive problems, and eventually he was diagnosed with colon cancer. It is best to limit or completely eliminate the consumption of processed meat products. Instead of sausages and hot dogs, fresh meats such as chicken or turkey can be used, as they are rich in protein and contain fewer harmful additives. Olive oil is better paired with plant-based proteins such as legumes or nuts, which add fiber and essential micronutrients to the diet. Mistake number 11. Never combine olive oil with mayonnaise. At first glance, the combination of olive oil and mayonnaise may seem harmless, even a tasty option for dressing salads or spreading on sandwiches. However, when these two ingredients are mixed together, they create a powerful cocktail of saturated fats and calories that can negatively affect your health. According to data from the Harvard School of Public Health, excessive consumption of saturated fats and calories is associated with an increased risk of cardiovascular diseases and metabolic syndrome. One study found that even a small amount of mayonnaise in the diet can lead to weight gain and elevated triglyceride levels in the blood, which in turn increases the risk of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular diseases. Margaret Smith, a 47-year-old woman from Canada, loved making salads and often added mayonnaise along with olive oil, believing it enhanced the flavor. Over time, her habit led to a significant increase in her daily calorie intake without her even realizing it. Soon, Margaret began experiencing heart problems, and after a physical examination, doctors diagnosed her with a pre-diabetic condition and high cholesterol levels. The first step is to replace mayonnaise with healthier alternatives. Try using low-fat yogurt, cottage cheese, or avocado as a salad dressing. These options not only reduce the overall calorie content of a meal, but also add beneficial nutrients. Olive oil can also be paired with a variety of fresh herbs and lemon juice to create a light and healthy dressing. Mistake number 10. Never combine olive oil with fast food. Combining olive oil with fast food may seem gourmet and even like a healthy choice, but in reality, it is a combination that can lead to serious health problems. Olive oil, known for its beneficial fats and antioxidants, loses its advantages when added to high-calorie foods that are packed with unhealthy trans fats and simple carbohydrates. According to data from the American Heart Association, combining high-calorie foods with fats can increase overall calorie intake and contribute to metabolic disorders. Research conducted by the National Institutes of Health has confirmed that regular consumption of such foods increases the risk of developing type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular diseases. Stephen Jones, a 42-year-old man from the United Kingdom, believed that olive oil would make his favorite burgers and French fries healthier. He regularly added it to his meals. Over the course of a year, he noticed that he had gained 7 kilograms, and he began experiencing symptoms of diabetes such as constant thirst and fatigue. After medical tests, doctors diagnosed him with type 2 diabetes. The first step to improving your diet is to stop combining olive oil with fast food. Instead, it is better to use olive oil when preparing light salads or as a dressing for vegetable dishes that are rich in fiber and nutrients. It is also a good idea to replace fast food with homemade meals made from fresh ingredients. Mistake number 9. Never combine olive oil with artificial additives. Combining olive oil with artificial additives such as sweeteners and flavor enhancers creates a harmful mixture that can significantly impact your health. Olive oil, known for its many beneficial properties, becomes vulnerable when paired with chemically processed ingredients that may trigger negative reactions in the body. According to research conducted by the Harvard School of Public Health, artificial sweeteners can disrupt the balance of gut microbiota and contribute to an increased risk of obesity and metabolic disorders. A study published in the journal Nature found that regular consumption of artificial additives leads to increased insulin resistance and metabolic dysfunctions. Mary Smith, a 37-year-old woman from Australia, believed she was making her diet healthier by regularly adding olive oil to desserts containing artificial sweeteners and flavor enhancers. Over time, she began experiencing unusual symptoms, including persistent headaches, rapid heartbeat, and digestive issues. After multiple medical examinations, doctors diagnosed her with an allergic reaction to one of the artificial ingredients. It is best to avoid adding olive oil to dishes that contain artificial additives. Instead, use olive oil in its pure form as a dressing for fresh salads or vegetable dishes to preserve its health benefits. If you want to add some sweetness to your diet, try using natural sweeteners such as honey or maple syrup. Mistake number 8. Never combine olive oil with French fries. The combination of olive oil and French fries is a deceptive and tempting mix that can be extremely harmful to your health. While olive oil is known for its beneficial properties and antioxidant effects, adding it to fried foods like French fries undermines its full potential. According to the American Heart Association, the consumption of trans fats is linked to increased levels of bad cholesterol and decreased levels of good cholesterol, which can ultimately lead to atherosclerosis and cardiovascular diseases. Research conducted by the National Institutes of Health has shown that eating fried foods can significantly increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes and obesity. Kevin Brown, a 45-year-old man from the United Kingdom, was convinced that adding olive oil to French fries would make them a healthier option. He often ordered French fries at restaurants and drizzled them with olive oil, believing it would enhance the flavor and provide health benefits. Over time, he began noticing rapid weight gain and developing heart problems. Eventually, doctors diagnosed Kevin with ischemic heart disease. Try to avoid eating French fries or other fried foods, as they contain high amounts of calories and unhealthy fats. If you want to enjoy potatoes, it is better to bake them in the oven with a minimal amount of olive oil or use them in fresh salads, which will highlight their natural flavor and nutritional properties. Mistake number 7. Never combine olive oil with canned foods that have a high salt content. The combination of olive oil and canned foods that contain a high level of salt is a potentially dangerous mix that can negatively impact your health. Canned foods often contain high amounts of sodium, which is used for preservation and flavor enhancement. When you consume these foods with olive oil, which is rich in healthy fats, you create a combination that may increase the risk of high blood pressure and other cardiovascular diseases. According to the American Heart Association, excessive salt consumption can lead to elevated blood pressure, increasing the risk of stroke and heart attack. Research conducted by the National Institutes of Health has shown that excessive sodium intake contributes to the development of chronic diseases such as heart failure and kidney disease. Anna Smith, a 50-year-old woman from Australia, believed that adding olive oil to canned vegetables, such as green peas and corn, made her meals healthier. However, after some time, she began experiencing headaches and high blood pressure. After a medical examination, doctors diagnosed her with hypertension. The first step to improving your health is to reduce your consumption of canned foods, especially those with high sodium content. If you still want to use canned vegetables, always choose low sodium or no salt added options. You can also use fresh herbs and spices instead of olive oil to enhance the flavor of your meals. Mistake number 6. Never combine olive oil with high-fat dairy products. The combination of olive oil with high-fat dairy products is one of the most misleading dietary mistakes. Although olive oil has many health benefits, it can react with the saturated fats found in heavy cream and full-fat cheese, which may negatively affect digestion. These two products require different digestive conditions. Olive oil is easily absorbed, while high-fat dairy products can slow down the overall digestion process. According to a study conducted by the American Institute for Cancer Research, high consumption of saturated fats, especially when combined with oils, can increase cholesterol levels in the blood. Researchers have noted that such combinations may contribute to inflammation in the body, which in turn raises the risk of cardiovascular diseases and chronic gastrointestinal disorders. Patrick O'Malley, a 48-year-old man from Ireland, was convinced that adding olive oil to dishes with full-fat cheese and heavy cream made them healthier. He often prepared pasta with a cream-based sauce, generously drizzling it with olive oil. After several months, he began experiencing persistent stomach pain and frequent episodes of heartburn. After a medical examination, Patrick was diagnosed with gastritis. It is best to avoid combining olive oil with high-fat dairy products. Instead, you can use olive oil with low-fat dairy options such as yogurt or ricotta, which are easier for the body to digest. Additionally, fresh herbs or lemon juice can be used to enhance the flavor and texture of dishes. Mistake number 5. Never combine olive oil with red meat. The combination of olive oil with red meat is a misleading mistake that many people do not realize. While olive oil is considered a healthy choice, consuming it alongside red meat can have negative health effects. Red meat, especially in large amounts, contains saturated fats and cholesterol, which can increase the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Research conducted by the Harvard School of Public Health has shown that regular consumption of red meat is associated with an increased risk of various forms of cancer, including colorectal cancer. One large-scale study involving more than 40,000 people found that increasing red meat intake by just 100 grams per day was linked to a 28% higher risk of developing the disease. Carlos Gomez, a 57-year-old man from Spain, was an avid steak lover, and his diet frequently included red meat generously drizzled with olive oil. He believed that olive oil would neutralize the harmful effects of meat. But after several years of this diet, Carlos developed serious health issues. He was diagnosed with high blood pressure, and doctors later confirmed colorectal cancer. It is important to reconsider dietary habits. Instead of using olive oil in combination with red meat, it is better to choose lighter protein options such as chicken or fish, which contain less fat and are easier to digest. Olive oil is an excellent choice for dressing vegetable salads or can be used in seafood-based dishes. Mistake number 4. Never combine olive oil with foods rich in omega-6. Oils high in omega-6, such as corn or sunflower oil, when combined with olive oil, can lead to serious health issues, including inflammation, cardiovascular diseases, and even cancer. At first glance, this combination may seem harmless. However, although olive oil is rich in beneficial monounsaturated fats and antioxidants, its healing properties can be neutralized when consumed with oils that contain high levels of omega-6. These fats, found in vegetable oils like corn and sunflower oil, can trigger inflammation when consumed in excess compared to omega-3, leading to an imbalance in the body and the development of chronic diseases. According to research from the American Heart Association, an excessive intake of omega-6 fatty acids in the diet may increase the risk of cardiovascular diseases and other inflammatory disorders. One study showed that a high intake of omega-6 fatty acids is associated with elevated levels of inflammatory markers in the blood, which can negatively affect vascular health and contribute to atherosclerosis. Anna Smith, a 45-year-old woman from Australia, loved salads with olive oil and often added vegetables sautéed in sunflower oil. She believed she was eating a healthy and balanced diet. However, after several months, she began experiencing constant fatigue and mild chest pain. After consulting a doctor, she was diagnosed with hypertension, and her blood tests revealed high levels of inflammatory markers. Doctors explained that the combination of olive oil and sunflower oil caused an imbalance between omega-6 and omega-3, triggering inflammation in her body. To avoid this, it is important to carefully choose dietary fats. Instead of mixing olive oil with oils rich in omega-6, it is better to opt for alternative sources of healthy fats, such as avocado or fish oil, which are rich in omega-3. Olive oil pairs especially well with foods containing omega-3, such as flax seeds or walnuts, making it an ideal choice for salad dressings. Mistake number 3. Never combine olive oil with alcohol. This combination can lead to serious health issues such as liver failure, gastritis, and even cancer. The combination of olive oil and alcohol may seem harmless, but it is a dangerous mix that can become a serious threat to your health. Olive oil is known for its beneficial properties, especially due to its high content of antioxidants and monounsaturated fats. However, when consumed with alcohol, especially in large amounts, this combination can negatively impact liver function and overall health. When olive oil and alcohol enter the body at the same time, the liver faces a double workload. Olive oil requires processing for digestion, while alcohol is metabolized through the same system. Research conducted by the American Institute for Cancer Research has shown that the combination of fats and alcohol can contribute to liver inflammation and increase the risk of liver cancer. In particular, excessive alcohol consumption disrupts the liver's natural detoxification processes, leading to toxin buildup and subsequent cell damage. Maria Gonzalez, a 37-year-old woman from Spain, always enjoyed spending evenings with friends, indulging in wine and appetizers drizzled with olive oil. She believed this combination was healthy and would not harm her body. However, after several months of regularly consuming these foods, Maria began experiencing extreme fatigue and weakness. After a medical examination, doctors diagnosed her with chronic gastritis, which developed as a result of stomach lining irritation caused by the simultaneous intake of olive oil and alcohol. Additionally, doctors noted that her liver was under significant stress. To avoid this dangerous mistake, it is important to change your dietary habits. Limit alcohol consumption, especially if your diet includes a high intake of fats. If you want to enjoy the taste of olive oil, use it in salads or with vegetables, but try to avoid pairing it with alcohol. Mistake number 2. Never combine olive oil with margarine. This can lead to serious health conditions such as cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, and other dangerous disorders. Although olive oil and margarine are often considered sources of beneficial fats, their combination can create serious problems for your body. Olive oil, rich in monounsaturated fats and antioxidants, is known for its heart-healthy properties. In contrast, margarine contains trans fats and saturated fats, which can negatively impact cholesterol levels in the blood. When these two products are combined, they can increase levels of bad cholesterol, known as low-density lipoproteins, while reducing levels of good cholesterol, known as high-density lipoproteins. This imbalance can serve as a catalyst for cardiovascular diseases and other metabolic disorders. According to data from the American Heart Association, high consumption of trans fats can increase the risk of cardiovascular diseases by 23%. Research conducted by the National Institutes of Health shows that the intake of trans fats is associated with increased inflammation in the body, which can lead to type 2 diabetes and obesity. One study found that participants who regularly consumed trans fats had a 30% higher risk of developing cardiovascular diseases compared to those who limited their intake. Maria Fernandez, a 45-year-old woman from Spain, frequently used olive oil and margarine in her meals, believing that they complemented each other. Soon, she began experiencing persistent headaches, fatigue, and sudden mood swings. After a medical examination, she was diagnosed with prediabetes, and doctors explained that her habit of mixing olive oil with margarine negatively affected her metabolism, increasing her risk of developing serious health conditions. Many people make the mistake of incorporating margarine into their diet without realizing its potential harm. To avoid this, replace margarine with healthier alternatives such as avocado or nut butters. These options pair well with olive oil and do not contribute to an increase in bad cholesterol levels. And now, pay close attention. This is the most dangerous point in our video. Mistake number 1. Never consume olive oil with refined sugar. This combination is commonly found in sweet dishes, baked goods, and desserts, and it can lead to serious health conditions such as obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular diseases. Although olive oil is often considered a healthy and nutritious product, combining it with refined sugar creates a dangerous mix for your health. Rich in monounsaturated fats and antioxidants, olive oil offers many benefits for the cardiovascular system. However, when mixed with refined sugar, which is a simple carbohydrate, it can cause a sharp spike in blood glucose levels. This sudden increase triggers an insulin release, which can lead to insulin resistance and, ultimately, type 2 diabetes. According to the American Diabetes Association, excessive refined sugar intake can increase the risk of developing diabetes by 30%. Research conducted by the Harvard School of Public Health shows that high consumption of added sugar is linked to elevated inflammation levels in the body and obesity, which is one of the leading causes of cardiovascular diseases. Researchers have noted that people who regularly consume sugary foods have a 50% higher risk of developing cardiovascular diseases. Alejandro Gomez, a 38-year-old man from Mexico, frequently added olive oil to sweet dishes such as desserts and baked goods, believing it would make them healthier. However, after several months of following this diet, Alejandro began noticing constant fatigue and an increase in abdominal fat. During a medical examination, his doctor diagnosed him with prediabetes, which was linked to excessive refined sugar consumption and poor carbohydrate management in his diet. Doctors explained that his habit of combining olive oil with sugar worsened his condition and contributed to the development of insulin resistance. Many people are unaware that regularly consuming refined sugar can have a negative impact on their health. To avoid this mistake, it is best to replace refined sugar with healthier alternatives such as honey or stevia. These natural sweeteners do not cause sharp spikes in blood glucose levels and help maintain stable blood sugar levels. Olive oil is especially well suited for dressing salads and preparing dishes with vegetables that have a low glycemic index. This approach helps prevent the body from being overloaded with fast carbohydrates and maintains a balanced intake of nutrients. Next, I recommend checking out these videos, and don't forget to leave your likes and comments. I'm looking forward to them.